there and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be using neon paints under blue lights. And let me start. Whoa, that's too blue. If you've never used neon paints under blue lights, let me show you what it means. So the trick is that when you use the blue lights, anything that is neon, it's just gonna glow so much. It kind of looks like painting with light because it glows so much. But let me check to see if using different lenses will give you a better, not as blue effect, which kind of works, but it doesn't because it takes away the glowiness. So the tank looks nice with that, but it doesn't really show what I'm trying to show about the paints or the art supplies. So let me just check. See, that looks more normal, but unfortunately it doesn't work. So let me try again. Different colors. Nope. And nope. A little bit orange. They do glow a little bit, but it doesn't really work. So I think at the end of the day, we're just gonna film like this. Sorry about the blue, but you're gonna see all the glow though. First things first, I gathered all my neon art supplies and started to swatch them all. And some of them that I thought were neon, they were just bright and they didn't actually glow under blue light. So it's a good thing that I swatched because I got to decide which art supplies I was gonna use at the end for 4 different illustrations. So I guess you can just call them drawings, for different drawings. And let me just show you what it looks like under regular or regular-ish light. But they glow so much. This ones were such a surprise to me because I don't even remember getting them. I think these ones were a freebie that I got from getting a sketchbook, and then they were just there as part of the purchase with that. And I've never actually used them. They're a little bit scratchy, so that's why I never use them. It just, I don't know, when art supply is a little bit scratchy, just I don't enjoy them as much. However, they glow so beautifully under the blue lights that I decided that I was going to use them for a test. And after a lot of time, this is what I ended up with. So this is what they look like, all the swatches under regular light. And this is what they look like under blue light. Some of them are brighter than the other ones, and look at that one. That one, those ones are the best that I've had so far. And some of them are a little bit dimmer. And with these results, I decided that we're gonna start the paint. I drew something that is going to be real fun to paint with neon colors. So of course 80s inspiration and some funky sunglasses. And I decided it's going to be a little bit hippie and also very bright jewelry. Now for the painting time, this might be a little bit pixelated just because by the time that I started painting, the fishes were already sleeping, so I had to use a different light, and it just did not like the setting at all. And so it recorded at a very weird resolution, so it might be a little bit blurry, despite my best attempts to make it as clear as possible for you. And I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted to paint the skin, but I decided that because it's just for fun, I wanted to see what it would look like if everything is painted. Having said that, it for some reason stopped recording, so this is me just picking up after I realized that it stopped recording. And the only thing that I regret is painting the whites with green, just because it looks a little bit alien. But you know what? You live and you learn, right? And this is what it looks like under normal light. Not bad, right? The blue lights are very forgiving, so I was very happy about that part. This one over here is by far my most favorite one of all the bunch. So I had such a good time painting this, and I had such a good time afterwards with the result. I liked how it turned out. So I think this one is going to be the one that's going to end up being the thumbnail. So pretty happy about that. And the watercolors, I'm not gonna lie, they're a little bit chalky. They're not like the best watercolors. However, they are really fun to play with. And for something like this, I would use them again and again. It's just gonna take a couple of layers to get a proper flat paint. But with patience and love, everything is possible, right? And I don't know if you're gonna notice this or not, but I was in a mood of painting big luscious lips. So most of the drawings that I have are gonna have big luscious lips. Just a fun person. I really like how it turned out. I was happy the entire time I was painting this, which is a lot to say because after this everything went downhill and I was just very tired and mistakes were made. But for this one, I was having lots of fun. See? So much fun. Under regular light and under blue light. It looks good. Now this one, the play-doh one. Oh, it was just knowing how to paint with play-doh. It gets easier now. Having said that, I had an idea of what I wanted this one to look like, but by the time I got to this one, I was already very tired because it was very early in the morning or late at night. And I had the idea of like making kind of hippie patterns of like psychedelic things on the bandana and the shirt, but I was not having a fun time doing this one. I didn't know what it was about it. I was just not feeling it. So I just ended up painting it as quickly as I could so I can get to the next one because I was feeling more enthusiastic about the other one than this one. So yeah, I didn't give this one as much love as I should have. And you can actually tell at the end of it just because it looks very bumpy. I didn't even spend the time to like make it all nice and flat. And it kind of looks a little bit jaundiced because it is interesting to see what your eye can mistake for one color when it is actually a completely different color. I don't know if you can actually tell with this one because the camera itself is wearing a filter and I was using the glasses that are the orange glasses just to like cut down the blueness. It's not UV light, so it was not damaging my eyes, but my eyes were pretty tired after all the swatching, so I used the glasses. And so to me, with those glasses, this color that I put in the eye look very, very kind of bright white, but it is obvious to me now that it is not a bright white color, and it's going to be even more obvious when you see it under the regular light. It's not a white color. But yeah, mistakes were made, lessons were learned, and we move on, right? And maybe being too mean to this one. Like it turned out okay. Like I'm not mad about it. It's just, it was not my favorite. She's not at fault. It's just the feeling of the time. I was not feeling like painting this specific one, and I had to, but yeah, that's what it turned out being. You can actually tell it's a little bit bumpy, and under the regular light, it looks pretty rough. Yeah. And this one, I was a little bit disappointed at the acrylics. I thought they were gonna have more coverage, but they were really see-through, so I had to do a couple of layers before it actually worked. But yeah, I wish I had given this one more time than I actually did, because I like the drawing very much. I was very tired by the time that I was painting this one, so I didn't take as much time as I should have, or as much effort as I could have for this one to turn out better. I mean, it doesn't turn out bad. It's just I had an idea in my head and I was not able to translate it into the paper. And you know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes you want to make something and then you have expectations of what a piece should look like, and then when it doesn't turn out to be that way, it's a little bit disappointed. But I wasn't doing this to make a great piece of art. This was more testing. This was more trying out and seeing what is it that I could expect to have or to feel or to go through when I'm trying to make art with neon colors. Which, at the end of the day, I think that they were a little bit see-through, but I am wondering whether or not if I put them on a medium like not an impasto, but you know those ones, the goopy ones that make things a little bit thicker, if they will retain the glowiness, or if that's gonna affect the amount of glow that they have. But if I can make them thicker, like a thick body acrylic, I think that and the coverage with the glowiness will look really beautiful for making, for example, corals underwater coral. So I am not giving up on these paints yet. I think next time that I try them, I'm gonna try them with another medium, like mixed up with another medium. But yeah, I do regret making the whites into a green yellowy color, just because it looks pretty freaky under regular lights. But this is one of the ones that looks way better under blue light than it does under regular light. Like it is cute. I mean, it's passable. And then you turn the lights and you see it under regular light, and it's very Oompa Loompa-ish, which I did not think about until it was done. So here's a recap. This is what it looked like under regular light. The second one is still my favorite. Love this person. This one, it just did not work and it crackled, so I'm not even thinking about that one. And little Oompa Loompa girl. And this is what it looked like under blue light. Real fun, still my favorite. Love them. And still crackly. Not very happy about that one. And this one looks way better under blue light than it does under regular light, so I like that one. So thank you so much for hanging out with me and sticking around. If you like artsy videos like this, please consider subscribing, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.